Namaste, welcome to our PM Yasasvi scholarship test orientation conducted by the TSET. All the viewers know that we are conducting a special series of programs for the giving orientation for the various subjects according to the syllabus of PM Yasasvi. There are two kinds of examinations on two different standards. One is for 9th standard and another one is +1 level, that is first intermediate level. So, in this examination already we conducted orientation for 9th class children. Now, we are entering into the orientation for the +1 level. So, already maths is completed. Now, today we are going to discuss about the science, means biological science and physical science. For this we are inviting the expert panel team members and SRGs for the SCERT, the textbook writers and everything about the science. The first one is Manikya Reddy sir, biological science SRG SCERT. Namaste sir, welcome.
Namaste sir, good morning.
And good morning, welcome sir. Krishna sir is a physics SRG for SCERT and of course is a textbook writer and everything. So, these two personalities will discuss the previous paper examination questions and also expected questions and frequently asked questions in the examination. And before going to the know that, so just what is the pattern of the examination? You know that there are 100 questions, each question carry 4 marks. So, 30 questions from the mathematics, 20 questions from the physical science and biological science as science, and 25 from the social studies and 25 from the general awareness or general knowledge. So, this is the total 100 marks pattern. In this pattern we are going to enter into the science. In science they will ask the questions up to 10th standard biological science and physical science, maximum from the 10th class. Of course, we are in the spiral education system. So, obviously, the questions maybe comes from the maximum from the 10th class, even 9th and 8th classes also. So, you have to prepare from 6th to 9th class the total syllabus, that is a very important, those who are in intermediate level. So, here there is a one problem, that is maybe you are converted into as mathematics background or MPC or MEC students presently you are studying. Maybe we are not aware about of this botany, zoology or BPC subjects. So, here we are not asking the questions from the intermediate level. So, they are asking the questions from the 10th class level only, means just you completed 10th class and you enter into the intermediate. So, nothing to worry about your present system, whether MPC, BPC, CEC, HEC or MEC, whatever it may be. So, you completed 10th class. So, there is no difficulty for you for the preparation of this examination. So, these two experts will discuss the previous papers and different questions also. Just to see once again in the screen, just you are observing. So, mathematics 30 questions, each question carry 4 marks, 34 is 120. Science questions 20, so each question 4 marks, so 24 is 80 marks. In the social studies or social sciences, that is 25 questions, 25 4 is 100. And the general awareness or general knowledge, that is 25 questions, 25 4 is 100, totally 400. And 45% of the score you have to secure for the qualifying of this one. 45 4 means 180 marks. So, 180 marks if you qualify, if you get, you will qualify. So, I am saying this is for qualifying only, not for getting a scholarship. And there are 1111 scholarships. So, definitely a very good number. So, if you try it for this, generally you will get it. And one more thing you will get for, if you qualify for this scholarship test, for 2 years, for each year you are going to get 1,25,000 rupees scholarship. It is not a simple amount. So, it is very highly useful for your studies. So, all the aspirants, all the students may be expected. So, you will do hard work, follow our TSET orientation classes and write the examination very well. So, now we are going to discuss the paper, and before going to that, once again I am going to a fast review about the purpose of this examination is to give the, to encourage the meritorious students from the OBC, EBC, DNT means other backward classes, economically backward classes and denotified tribes categories, okay, who are studying 9th of course. So, 10th first inter. So, this is for inter, and so I am saying this is inter. And this year the examination is in pen and paper mode. So, OMR based. So, maybe last year it is given as CBT, computer based test, but this year it is pen and paper set. Each district has examination center. So, you do not feel any difficulty to go other district to write this examination. It is convenient for you, and the pattern of examination all are multiple choice questions. So, one option is correct, okay, and there is no negative marking, do not forget. So, very useful for you, that is no negative marking. So, do not leave any question out of 100 questions, answer all the questions even though you are unaware about the some questions, okay. And the duration of this examination is 2.5 hours, that is 1 hour, that is 150 minutes, and the medium of examination is either English or Hindi. So, you can opt either English and Hindi will be given alternately, and the date of examination is 29 of this month, okay, September 29 is the Friday we are going to write your examination, and the syllabus is totally NCERT syllabus, and you have to follow the NCERT books. So, there may be a doubt in your mind, sir, we are following state syllabus textbook. So, there may be a problem. So, there may be a difference between NCERT and state syllabus. Do not think in such a manner, because we are following 90% of the NCERT syllabus is our state syllabus. And if you say so in other words, so actually our syllabus is a little bit tough, higher than the NCERT syllabus, because we added some chapters, we added some, and we have enhanced and enriched some of the chapters also. If you follow our textbooks, it is more than enough, so no need to worry. But according to the examination pattern, what is the syllabus and which books are you going to follow, that instruction is NCERT textbooks. Okay. So, now we will what kind of questions generally they are going to get. So, before going to discuss about it, Hari Krishna sir, can you share what kind of multiple choice questions comes in the examination?
Yes sir, all are multiple choice questions, and there are different types of questions they are asking in the examination.
Okay.
So, direct MCQs, direct multiple choice questions, and choose the correct answer from the following. So, 4 options will be given, and they need to choose the correct answer.
Okay.
And choose the incorrect answer. Children are ignoring that word incorrect while reading that. So, they need to be careful while reading the question. So, there may be in that sentence incorrect answer.
Okay.
So, choose the correct sentence. So, they will give the sentence 2 or 4 sentences, and they need to choose the correct sentence.
Okay.
And choose the incorrect sentence, means they will give 4 sentences, and there will be 1 incorrect sentence. They need to identify what is correct sentence and what is incorrect sentence.
Okay.
And assertion and reasoning, they will give 2 sentences, and one is the assertion and reasoning for that assertion.
Okay.
And whether it is a reasoning for the assertion or not, they need to identify. Okay. And match the following. So, it is very simple, and match the following. If they know the answer, they will give correct answer.
Okay.
So, graph based questions, some of the graph based questions are asked in the examination, and they need to analyze the graph. First of all, they need to understand the graph, and they need to analyze what they have asked. So, that type of questions. So, figure based questions also coming nowadays, based on ray diagrams or something. So, that these are the types of questions they are asking in the examination.
Okay. So, these are the few types of questions generally they will ask. There is no mandatory that they have to ask directly, that is out of 4 options we have to select only one, because there are different kinds of multiple choice questions are there. 2 sentences will be given. Even assertion and reasoning also comes under the multiple choice questions only. Sometimes match the following questions also as a multiple choice questions. So, and one graph is given and our figure will be given, based on graph or figure the question may be asked. So, that also comes under the multiple choice questions, or choose the correct one among the given 4 options, or choose the odd one out from the given one, like the questions will come. So, we will discuss all those questions one by one. So, first here we prepare the questions as 1 question from the biological science and 1 question from the physical science. Okay. So, and sometimes there is very difficult to divide which comes under the physical science, which comes under the biological science, but just we classify as biological science and physical science in alternative mode. Okay. So, the first question is match the list 1 with the list 2. It is a match the following question. here the list 1 is given is tilling, sowing, harvesting, threshing, whereas list 2 seed drill, combine, plough and sticker. So, we have to match this one. Our Manikya sir will give this information, what is the list 1 and what is list 2, how they are related. Okay.
So, good morning children, good morning all the aspirants. So, welcome to PM Yasasvi 11th standard program. So, this is biology question. Just look at the words in the list 1. So, they are all related to harvesting,
Okay.
tilling, sowing, thrashing, are nothing but they are from crop management. So, in list 2 these are the methods we follow.
Okay.
So, just we have to, if you look at the list 1 terms, tilling, tilling is nothing but it is seed drill, tilling they are opposite,
Okay.
sowing, combine,
Okay.
harvesting, ploughing, plough and threshing, sickle.
Okay.
Just you have to look at the list 1 words and list 2 words, just you have to match. See below there are options are there.
Okay.
So, you have to be very careful before matching, before looking at the options.
Okay.
You have to match yourself. Just tilling is nothing but plough,
Okay.
sowing is seed drill,
Okay.
harvesting is combine,
Okay.
thrashing is sickle.
Okay.
Like that you have to match, then you have to look the options.
Okay. Tilling is
Tilling is ploughing, plough.
Okay.
Sowing is seed drill.
Seed drill. Okay.
Yes sir. Harvesting is combine,
Okay.
thrashing is sickle.
Sickle. So, it is very clear, A is matched with 3 and B is matched with 1 and C is matched with 2 and
D is 4.
D is matched with 4. So, option 2 is a
Correct answer.
correct answer. Okay. So, here you are identify the list 1 says the different kinds of harvesting method managements.
Yes, management.
Crop management. So, the first list 1 says different kinds of crop managements and instruments methods are used for this different kinds of crop management. So, if you know the different kinds of the crop management and different kinds of the methods for the particular crop management, then it is easy for you. So, you have to concentrate for various crop managements and their different methods which are used in that specific crop management. So, the first question is from the biological science. Of course, it is concerned to the crop management and the methods adopted for this particular crop management. Now, we will see the next question. Which of the following gives the larger image than object? So, means here the size of the image is more than the object. So, which of the given, there are 4 options are given: plane mirror, convex mirror, concave lens and concave mirror. Okay. Hari Krishna sir, how you are going to explain this
Sir,
question?
there are different types of image characteristics for different mirrors and
Okay.
lenses.
Okay.
So, first of all we see if you see the question, 4 options are given.
Okay.
So, that image should be bigger than the object.
Yeah.
If you see if you take the plane mirror, it will give same size of the image.
Yes. Yes.
Image is same. So, we can strike out the plane mirror.
Okay.
Regarding convex mirror, convex mirror always gives a virtual and diminished image.
Okay.
Virtual and diminished image.
Okay.
And regarding concave lens, it is similar to the image of the convex mirror.
Okay.
So, convex mirror and concave lens image characteristics are similar.
Okay.
So, concave lens also will give the diminished and virtual image.
Okay.
And regarding concave mirror, so if you place object between F and C, between focus and center of curvature,
Okay.
the image will be formed beyond C.
Okay.
The image characteristics are enlarged
Okay.
and inverted,
Yes. Yes.
and it is bigger than more than 2 times bigger than that of object size.
Okay.
So, image characteristics are very important, and this is from light chapter.
Yeah.
So there are two types of characteristics are discussed in this slide chapter.
Okay.
So here reflection refraction is very important.
Okay.
So if you discuss about mirrors, that comes under reflection.
Okay.
And if we discuss about lenses,
Okay.
that comes under refraction.
Okay.
So both have different types of images for different object positions.
Okay.
So if we place any object between F and C of the concave mirror,
Okay.
it will give the larger image than object.
Okay.
So that is not the mirror, sir, it is a lens. Sir.
Okay. 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 So actually, so we have to follow the properties of the mirror.
Yeah, correct answer
and
is
lens.
concave mirror.
Yes,
Concave mirror gives inverted bigger image and beyond C, that is.
Yeah.
So inverted image, real image it is.
Yeah. So first, if you want to know this question answer, of course, concave mirror is the answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, concave mirror is the answer. So here you have to know the different kinds of the mirrors, different kinds of the lenses, and their properties also. That's a very, very important. Then you can identify the correct answer. As you said, plane mirror. So we will give the same.
There are also another thing is there, sir.
Okay.
So regarding image characteristics, we have magnification values.
Okay.
So for example, if the magnification value, if you take object as 1, the concave mirror gives at that position between F and C, if you place object between F and C,
Okay.
the image is greater than -1.
Okay.
That means it is inverted, minus indicates inverted,
Okay.
and it is greater than 1 means it is greater than object.
Okay.
So they need to be careful if they give values of magnification
Okay.
for the mirrors or lenses.
Yeah. So that ray diagrams are so very, very important to you. In 10th class, you have given an optics chapter. It is given clearly the different kinds of ray diagrams and the image, where the image is formed, whether it is diminished, whether it is magnified, whether it is inverted, or whether it is a real, whether it is a virtual image. Like all the properties are given, all the characteristics are given. So make a table, follow, compare all those things, then definitely you can answer the question easily. Clear? Okay. Now you are going to shift for the next question. So obviously, as you know that I said the first one question from the biological science and one question from the physical science. So we are going to shift to the biological science question. So here the two statements are given, and we have to say which statement. Of course, statement 1 is true, statement 2 is true, or statement 1 and true, like 4 options are given. First, so we observe this statement 1. Cotton and woolen cloths are non-biodegradable. That is the statement 1. And statement 2, tin, aluminum and metal cans are non-biodegradable. So cotton and woolen cloths are non-biodegradable is the first statement, and tin, aluminum and metal cans are non-biodegradable. Of course, here the concept is biodegradable, but substances are different. So Manikya Reddy sir, so which statement is correct, or which option is correct?
Just look at the statement 1.
Yeah.
So cotton is from plants,
Yeah.
wool is from animals.
Okay.
So first of all, before that we need to understand what is biodegradable, what is non-biodegradable.
Yes. Yes.
Bio means living.
Hmm.
With the help of saprophytes, with the help of bacteria and fungi, the substance which is will be degraded, then it is called degradable,
Okay.
biodegradable.
Okay.
With the help of microbes, the substance which is degraded is called biodegradable.
Okay.
Always the produce from plants and animals will be biodegradable.
Okay.
Look at the statement, non-biodegradable,
Yeah.
which is not biodegradable.
Okay.
That first statement is incorrect.
Okay. The first statement is false.
First
Okay.
statement is false.
Okay.
Look at the second statement.
Hmm.
So they are metals, tin, aluminum and metal cans.
Okay.
Microbes cannot grow on metal cans
Okay.
like tin and aluminum.
Yeah.
So that's why they are, that statement is correct statement.
Yeah.
They are non-biodegradable.
Okay.
So statement 1 is true, statement 2 is false. That is correct option.
Okay.
See, look at the 4 options. both statement 1 and 2 are true, that is incorrect.
Okay.
Both statement 1 and 2 are false, that is also incorrect.
Hmm.
Statement 1 is true, that is reverse. So, this is also incorrect.
Okay.
And look at the fourth, that is correct. Statement 1 is false and statement 2 is
Yeah.
true.
True.
That is correct,
So,
sir.
just if you observe it, here if you know what is biodegradable, biodegrade, if you know the concept, then it is easy to answer this statement, answer
Yes,
this
sir.
question
Yes, sir.
especially, correct. So, of course, here cotton and woolen, of course, animals and
They are
plants,
produced from plants. Yes.
plants. So, obviously, so they are degradable. So, but it is given as non-biodegradable. So, which
That's
is
why
a
the
false
first
one.
statement is incorrect,
False.
sir.
Whereas the tin, aluminum and metal cans are, of course, they are metals. So, they are non-biodegradable. It is correct. So, statement 1 is wrong, statement 2 is true. So, obviously, statement of course, option 4 is correct. Okay. So, like here if you observe the questions, so when you have a very good conceptual clarity here, so you if you have clarity about the biodegradable things, then only you can answer it
Yes,
all
sir.
these, otherwise
Yes, sir.
it is a difficult.
First, they need to understand what is biodegradable and what is non-biodegradable.
Yeah. So, it is not a very straight question on the concept.
Yes, they need
So,
to understand.
Yeah. This is a question based on conceptual understanding.
Yes, sir.
So, when the children has a conceptual understanding, then they can easily answer this question. Now, we shift to the next question. Here given below are two statements. When you see this 9th and +1 level, so when you see the paper, of course, the teachers who are guiding these children, so previously very straight questions, most of the all the questions are straight questions, straight on concept, but here is conceptual understanding. That is the
Yes.
difference between a 9th standard and +1 level. Already we have seen two questions, both are based on statement and all these things. Okay, now here the given below there are two statements. Statement 1, sound can travel through water, first one. Statement 2, sound travel faster in vacuum. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the option given below. So, if you know the about sound, then you can answer directly, there is no problem at all, but okay. Anyway, Harikrishna sir will say this answer, how to.
So, first of
actually-
all they need to understand about what is the propagation of sound.
Yes.
How sound propagates. So, sound need a medium to propagate.
Yeah.
So, sound can travel in three mediums. One is solid, liquid and gas. So, three mediums. Let us see the statement 1. Sound can travel through water.
Yeah.
Yes, water is a liquid, that is why sound can travel through water. And let us see the, it is correct answer, right. It is statement 1 is right.
Yeah.
Next, let us see the statement 2. Sound travel faster in vacuum.
Yeah.
So, vacuum, what is vacuum? Vacuum in the sense there is no medium.
Yeah.
So, there is no medium in the vacuum, that is why sound requires a medium to travel or propagate. That is why vacuum is not a medium,
Yes.
it can't travel through the vacuum. So, sound even it never travels to a vacuum, and the statement sound travels faster in vacuum is incorrect.
Yeah.
So, from that first statement 1 is right and statement 2 is incorrect. Let us see statement 1, that is the C answer is right.
Yeah.
Statement 1 is true and but statement 2 is false.
Yes.
So, they need to understand how sound propagates, the characteristics of sound, how fast they will travel. These are the things about sound.
Yeah. For the propagation of sound, medium is required, everyone knows it. So, in the absence of a medium, the sound cannot be propagated. So, this is a basic idea.
Yeah, we have discussed in the 9th class
Even, yeah.
question also.
Yeah, same kind of
if you
question.
speak inside a glass wall, we can't hear from the outside.
Yes, yes.
So, that is why, because there is no medium connection between, interconnection between that medium and this medium where we are staying outside.
Yeah.
That is why sound requires a medium, connecting medium. So, there is no medium in the vacuum, that is why it is incorrect.
Yeah. With your panel expert team, already we discussed the same concept also. On the energy from the sun are released by the nuclear fission process. So, lot of heat energy, lot of light and sound energy also released at the time of that process, but we are perceiving the light and heat energy from the sun, but we cannot hear that sound. The reason is between sun and earth there is a vacuum. So, the sound cannot propagate through vacuum. So, we are unable to listen that sounds. So, it is even if you want to try it also it is not possible, because there is a limitation for sound perceiving, that is 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz only. Between these this limit only we can hear the sounds. If it is less than 20, it is more than 20,000, it is not possible. So, anyway, we discussed the same even in 9th class also. Who are seeing, maybe you can understand the same thing here. So, here for the propagation of sound, the elastic medium is required. Of course, all the three types of mediums, that is solid, liquid and gas, the sound can propagate, but in the vacuum there is no medium. So, obviously, there is no propagation of sound. So, but the statement 2 saying sound travel faster in vacuum. So, it is not correct statement. So, statement 2 is false and statement 1 is true. So, we can say option C is correct, because option A is both the statements are true, option B both the statements are false, option C first statement is true, second statement is false, option D first statement is false and second statement is true. So, obviously, option C is the correct answer. Clear? Okay. Now, we will go to the next one. So, can you assume you can assume which question it is. So, without knowing this you can say is a biological science question.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes.
we are asking the questions alternately, so we can identify. Of course, you should know which concept it is, that is a very, very important. Here the question is, what is the stage of the embryo in which all the body parts can be identified? So, here 4 options are given: egg, ovum, zygote, fetus. So, here Manikya sir, which is the correct answer, how it is correct?
See, if you read the stem of the question,
okay,
embryo, stages of the embryo,
yes.
Egg and ovum, directly you can eliminate those two.
Okay.
First and two are nowhere related to embryo.
Okay.
Embryo develops from ovum or egg. They are similar, synonyms.
Okay.
Egg and ovum is synonym. Either egg or ovum, both are same, sir.
Okay.
After fertilization, this egg or ovum develops into zygote.
Okay.
Zygote is also not embryo.
Okay.
It is the first cell of the any embryo.
Okay.
After mitosis, this zygote develops into embryo.
Okay.
So, fetus is after few weeks, after several mitotic divisions.
Okay.
So, in human beings after 3 months,
Okay.
the developing embryo, the embryo generally develops from zygote. The developing embryo develops organs, body parts,
Okay.
like limbs
Okay.
and the internal organs like heart, etc.
Okay.
Then that stage after 3 months, this embryo is called fetus, sir.
Okay.
So, correct answer is fetus. In fetus you can see body parts.
Okay. So, in fetus you can identify the body parts. So, remaining all the 3 you can odd man out, because
They are single cell structures.
Yes,
Actually,
sir.
egg is a single cell structure, ovum is a single cell structure, zygote is a diploid structure. Even though diploid, it is a single cell structure.
Okay. So, all the 3 are single cell structures, but
it is a structure. Fetus is a structure, sir.
yeah, okay. Okay. So,
After 3 months in human beings, the embryo is known as fetus. When you
Okay.
see the body parts, then
Okay.
it is called fetus. The correct
so
option
fetus
is fetus.
is the correct option. In fetus, you can see the developed body parts which can be identified.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, now we will shift to the next question. What type of chemical reactions takes place when electricity is passed through water? Okay. So, here the 4 options, they are displacement, combination, decomposition, double displacement. So, Hari Krishna sir, so when electricity passed through water, what will happen?
Okay. So, when electricity is passed through the water, we call it as electrolysis.
Okay.
So, electrolysis of water. So, we have 4 types of reactions.
Okay.
First one is combination reaction, second one is decomposition,
Okay.
third one is displacement reaction, fourth one is double displacement.
Okay.
So, let us see first what is happening in the electrolysis of water. So, water is divided into two parts.
Okay.
H2O will be divided into hydrogen and oxygen.
Okay.
So, if you see the combination reaction, if two of the are combined, and it will form one compound.
Okay.
One new compound will be formed in the combination reaction.
Okay.
So, this is not correct. Why? Because it is dividing into two parts
Yes. Yes.
while passing through electricity. So, let us see the displacement.
Okay.
So, in displacement reaction, one element is displacing another element
Okay.
of another substance, and it is forming new combinations.
Yes. Yes.
This is elimination process, eliminating that element.
Okay.
So, this is also incorrect.
Okay.
Let us see double displacement. So, two substances are there,
Okay.
they are displaced double displacement, means two elements will displace, one element will displace in one substance, and another element is displaced in the another
Okay.
substance.
Okay.
So, two times it will be displaced.
Okay.
But here water is made into fragments of hydrogen and oxygen.
Okay.
So, it is making parts of two parts.
Okay.
So, it is a decomposition, means one substances is made into parts, two parts or three parts.
Okay.
So, this type of reaction is called decomposition reaction.
Okay.
So, in the electrolysis of water, water is divided into hydrogen and oxygen
Okay.
while passing through the electricity.
Okay. So, here the combination means, for example, N2 plus H2 gives rise to NH3. Of course,
Yes, sir.
we have to balance this
Yes, yes,
equation. For example, if you say 3H2, then 2NH3. Okay, N2 plus 3H2 gives rise to 2NH3. It is a combination because two molecules are combinedly forms another molecule. So, it is a combination. Now, just now you said decomposition. So, means hydrogen will be divided into as
Yes, sir, hydrogen plus oxygen.
H2 plus O2. So, it divides into two parts. So, it is called a decomposition. Of course, we have to balance this equation.
Yes, 2H2O gives
yes.
2H2 plus O2.
Yeah, 2H2O gives rise to
2H2
plus O2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, displacement for displacement we can take zinc plus HCl.
Yeah.
Zinc
Zn
plus
plus
yeah.
HCl it gives rise to ZnCl2.
ZnCl2
Yeah. ZnCl2
plus H2.
So, you can say S2HCl.
Yeah. Right. So, double displacement we have different types of sodium sulphate plus barium chloride.
Okay.
Na2SO4.
Na2SO4 plus
BaCl2.
Na2 NaCl plus barium
BaSO4.
BaSO4, correct. Okay. So here then you can identify these are the four different kinds of
what type of
chemical
reaction they need to know. There are four types of reaction. What type of reaction, in that reaction what will happens?
Yes, yes.
Whether it is divided into fragments or whether it is combining,
Yeah.
the substance are forming, that they need to identify. With that you can identify the answer.
Yeah. So, this is very, very important. So, the student should identify if they give one given equation is given, which kind of chemical reaction it is. They have to identify. So, if they have the clarity about these four kinds of chemical reactions, they can identify here. When the electricity passes through water, so H2 will be split into hydrogen and oxygen. So, it is decomposed as hydrogen and oxygen. So, option is option C.
Another question may be asked in this area, sir.
Okay.
So, H2 plus O2 means in water H2O.
Yeah.
So, 2 moles of hydrogen and 1 mole of oxygen is there.
Yeah.
So, that percentage can be asked in the examination. What is the percentage of hydrogen oxygen in the electrolysis of water?
Okay. Okay.
So, 2:1, 1:2 like that, hydrogen and oxygen, they will ask that type of questions in the exam.
Okay. For the compositions, they will ask the ratio of those atoms in that particular molecule. Okay. Now, we will shift to the next question from biological science. Here the two statements are given below. Statement 1, The entire content of the cell is known as protoplasm, which is the living substance. Statement 2, protoplasm includes the cytoplasm and the nucleus. So, which statement is correct, or both the statement is correct, or statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is false, or statement 1 is false and statement 2 is true. So, these are the 4 options are given.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
take, sir. Let
Okay.
me take. So, read the statement 1.
Yeah.
Generally, you know, in cytology, it is from cytology,
Okay.
cell biology.
Okay.
Cell, generally there are 2 types of cells are there,
Okay.
prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells.
Okay.
Already that concept has been introduced in at 8th level.
Okay.
So, prokaryotics means there is no well developed nucleus, and major cell organelles are also absent.
Okay.
So, those kind of cells are called prokaryotic cells,
Okay.
and eukaryotic cells are the cells with well developed nucleus. Generally plants and animal cells are
Okay.
eukaryotic. So, U means true,
Okay.
pro means first or initial.
Okay.
So, bacteria is first formed cell or initial cell, that is why bacteria is a prokaryotic cell where you cannot see a well developed nucleus.
Okay.
Whereas in plants and animals you can see a well developed nucleus along with the all major cell organelles.
Okay.
The type of cells are called eukaryotic cells.
Hmm.
If you look at the plant cell, there is a cell wall, dead cell wall is there, which is a protecting and it gives a definite shape.
Okay.
That is not living part. Except cell wall in plant cells, the remaining part is called protoplast.
Okay.
Protoplast, here generally in cell biology students will come across various terms, sir. Protoplasm, cytoplasm, hyaloplasm, protoplast. Don't get confused. Protoplast is different from protoplasm. Protoplast includes plasma membrane. Just below this cell wall there is a plasma membrane. Along with protoplasm, plasma membrane plus protoplasm is equal to protoplast.
Okay.
If you remove the plasma membrane, the living content is called protoplasm.
Okay.
Protoplasm includes nucleus.
Okay.
So, just read the statement. The entire content of the cell is known as protoplasm,
Okay.
which is the living substance.
Hmm.
So, entire content means living along with protoplast, plasma membrane, it is protoplast.
Okay.
The statement 1 is incorrect.
Okay. So, statement 1 is incorrect.
Incorrect, because plasma membrane is also living membrane. Generally, except in plant cells or animal cells there is no cell wall, sir.
Okay.
In plant cells there is a cell wall, rigid cell wall.
Okay.
Except cell wall, almost all the parts in a cell is living, including plasma membrane.
Okay.
So, protoplasm, even though it is living, but the statement, the first word, you look at the first word, entire content of the cell.
Yes. Yes.
So, that is protoplast. Generally protoplast is entire content.
Okay.
So, instead of protoplast used the term protoplasm.
Okay.
That is why the statement 1 is incorrect. Look at the statement 2. Protoplasm includes cytoplasm and nucleus. Yes, sir, that is correct. Cytoplasm plus nucleus is called protoplasm.
Okay.
Cytoplasm includes various cell organelles. Though statement 2 is correct, statement 1 is incorrect.
Okay.
So, option, look at the options.
So,
1 is incorrect.
statement 2 is correct.
Yes.
So, again similar kind of previously
Yes,
also
yes,
the
sir.
same.
Yes,
here.
sir.
So, statement 1 is false and statement 2 is true. So, option D or option 4 is the correct option. So, as sir is explained, so when statement 1 and 2 both are correct, then you go for option A. When both are false, you go for option 2, and 1 is true and statement 2 is false, then you can go for option 3. When statement 1 is false and statement 2 is true, you can go for option 4. So, here statement 1 is false and statement 2 is true. So, obviously, you can opt the statement the option 4 as the correct option.
Generally statement 1 appears like it is a true statement, sir.
Okay, okay.
So, protoplasm and protoplast, there is a major difference, sir.
Okay.
Without plasma membrane it is called protoplasm.
Okay.
That is why statement 1 is incorrect.
Yeah. So, now we will see one more question, that is, what happens when a solution of an acid is with a solution of base in a test tube. What happens when a solution of an acid is mixed with the solution of base in a test tube? So, maybe a question seems to be like a simple, because when acid is mixed with the base, what will happen? That is the question, but here options are given. See, of course, 4 things are given. Temperature of the solution decreases, temperature of the solution increases, and the temperature of the solution remains the same, salt formation takes place. Generally, when acid mixed with the base, then it is called a neutralization, and of course, salt will form. But here the question is not like the question based on neutralization. So, remaining things are properties also included here. So, can Krishna sir,
Yes.
can you explain this one?
So, this is regarding as you said, it is a neutralization reaction.
Yeah.
So, what happens when a solution of acid is mixed with a solution of base? So, in neutralization reaction, when acid is mixed with the base, salt and water will be formed.
Yeah.
So, this is basic information they need to have. So, this is called neutralization reaction.
Yeah.
The acidic nature and basic nature gets neutralized by
Yes.
adding them.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let us see first option. And in neutralization reaction, the temperature, that energy will be released.
Okay.
Energy will be released.
Yes.
So, that energy increases the temperature of the solution.
Okay.
That they need to understand. So, salt is taking place and energy is releasing.
Yes.
That is why this is the multiple answer question.
Yeah.
You need to have 2 answers.
Yes. Yes.
So, first one is temperature of the solution decreases.
Okay.
If energy is releasing means it cannot be decreased, it will be increased.
Yes,
So,
sir.
one is ruled out.
Yeah.
Let us see the second statement. Temperature of the solution increases
Yes.
means generally when salt is formed, energy is releasing, temperature increases.
Yeah.
If you touch the test tube, you can feel the heat of hotness of that solution.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that is correct. Second one is right. Let us see the third one. Temperature of the solution remains the same.
Yeah.
So it is also incorrect because it is energy in that reaction. Energy is releasing. That's why the temperature should increase.
Yes.
So third one is incorrect. Let us see the fourth one. Salt formation takes place. Yes, in neutralization reaction, when acid is mixed with the base, that salt in one salt will be formed and water will be formed.
Okay.
So according to that neutralization reaction, second and fourth options are correct.
Okay.
Let us see the options.
Yeah.
A 1 and 4, they are not correct. So 4 is correct, but 1 is incorrect.
Yeah.
And 1 and 3 both are incorrect.
Okay.
And 2 only, but here is the 4 is also right. Fourth statement is also. That's why D option is right. 2 and 4, both options are right.
Yeah.
That's why they have given multiple options, 2 and 4.
Okay. In any school, a common thing it is generally they even teacher want to exhibit an activity in the classroom. What will they do? They will take one base, that is sodium hydroxide. They will take one acid, that is hydrogen chloride. So when sodium hydroxide NaOH is reacted with the hydrogen chloride, the sodium chloride and water will form. Okay. As you said, when you touch the test tube, you sensitize that there is some hotness in the test tube, means heat energy is released. So you can write the equation as NaOH plus HCl gives rise to NaCl plus H2O plus delta, means heat energy. So what will happen? So salt will form, water will form, and temperature increases, correct? This is the things happen. So what is the 4 options are given? Temperature of the solution decreases, so it's wrong. Temperature of the solution increases, it's correct. Temperature of the solution remains the same, of course wrong. Salt formation takes place, it's correct. So here second option and fourth option, of course second statement and fourth statement both are correct. So here 4 options, as Krishna sir said 1 and 4, but it is 2 and 4 are correct, so it's wrong. 1 and 3 wrong, 3 only. So what is the option? 2 and 4 is the correct option. like you can easily. So, here question is simple. So, but way of asking is a little bit of different. You have to read all the 4 statements and identify which is correct. So, generally you should not go from option to a question, better to here in this particular consequence you have to read the question and comes to options which are correct, clear. So, it is not a difficult, very simple, already we explained by a simple example, and everyone knows it, a common activity which is performed in the classroom. So, you can perform it easily, clear. So, the 4th option, that is D, is correct. Now, we are going to shift for the next. Large areas of protected land for conservation of wildlife, plant and animal resources and traditional life of the tribal is called. So, the large area of protected land for the conservation of wildlife, to which one is conserved, which one is protected, the plant and animal resources and traditional life of the tribal people also. So, we have to protect and conserve the tribal people lives, at the same time plant and animal resources. What is the name of that large area of protected land, and that is one. So, here 4 options are given. One is protected area, second one biosphere reserve, third one wildlife sanctuary, and fourth one is the national park. So, it is nothing but it is a definition of the this one. So, Manikya sir, which is correct?
Yeah, if you look at the STEM, sir, large area.
Yes.
So, automatically that leads to biosphere, sir.
Okay.
It's large area. To distract the students,
Yeah.
protected land, protected area, but protected area is not in large size,
Okay.
and also it does not include traditional life of the tribal.
Yes, yes.
So, that is why protected area is incorrect, sir.
Okay.
So, directly we can remove, we can eliminate option 1.
Okay.
Wildlife sanctuary, there is no, again traditional life, there is no traditional life,
Yes, sir.
and national parks are also, there is no traditional life.
Okay.
Because of the traditional life and large area,
Yeah, okay.
directly that directs the option 2, sir, biosphere reserve.
So, biosphere reserve is the
Correct answer.
correct answer.
Yes.
So, here there are 3 perspectives. One is the plant and animal resources, that is the first one, and the second one is traditional life of tribal people, second one, and the third one is large area of protected land.
Yes.
These are the 3 perspectives. So, we have to consider all these 3. When you come into the protected area, it is comes only
A limited area, sir.
limited area. So, out of 3 perspectives, it covers only 1.
Yes.
So, it is not answer. Where you come to wildlife sanctuary, so it is
Plants and animals
plants
may be,
and animals may be, here it comes as a again in one area, that is a
Yes.
plant and animal resources. Where you come to national park, so it is also plant and animal resources only, but national park is not in general covers a large area which will
Yes,
be
yes.
a protected land, and of course wildlife of the traditional life of the tribals also not included. So, without any kind of second thought, you can choose the biosphere reserve is the correct answer, because it covers all these 3 perspectives.
Yes.
Large area of protected land, conservation of wildlife, plant and animal resources, and traditional life of the tribal, all will be covered in this. So, you can opt biosphere reserve as the correct option, correct. Okay. Now, we are going to shift to the next one. The position of the image, if an object is placed at infinity in front of a convex lens. Again the question comes on the ray diagrams and the properties of the lenses and mirrors. So, from optics. So, Hare Krishna sir, so which is the answer?
Yes, sir.
And how it is?
So, we have major area of light chapters, so that is
Yes,
why
yes.
there is a chance of getting 2 to 3 questions from light chapter.
Okay.
So, reflection, refraction, dispersion and scattering,
Okay.
and even human eye and colorful world chapter is there.
Okay.
So, that is why there is a scope for 2 to 3 questions from physical, that light chapter.
Yeah.
And the question is the position of the image if an object is placed at infinity in front of a convex lens.
Yeah.
So, sun is at infinity.
Yeah.
Convex lens means you can children are using so many lenses while
Yes.
playing.
Yes.
So that is a convex lens they will use generally.
Yeah.
So if you focus to the sun, that they are coming, the rays are coming from infinite distance,
Yes.
and the object will be placed at the focus.
Okay.
So by focusing that focus, children will burn the papers
Yeah.
by focusing to the sun.
Yes. Yes. All are
So, yeah.
concentrated at one point.
Yeah. So magnifying glass they play.
Yeah.
So magnifying glass nothing but biconvex lens, convex lens.
Yes. Yes.
So if the object position is at the infinity, the rays will converge at one point which is at focus.
Okay.
So always when object position is at infinity, the image will be formed on the focus.
Okay.
So that's why the option C is correct. So there are different object positions are there, not only this infinite question, and there are so many object positions are there.
Yeah.
For convex lens there are 5 to 6 object positions.
Okay.
For concave lens it is different. Wherever you place the object on the
Yes. Yes.
principal axis,
Okay.
that forms only virtual and diminished image
Okay.
between f and p of the in front of the concave lens. That
Yeah.
is different.
Okay.
So if you are perfect with the object positions and image characteristics, image positions, you will get the answer. So the rays are coming from infinite distance.
Yeah.
So they are coming from the infinite distance. That's why they will converge at f.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is called focus.
Focus. Yeah. So actually there is a, if you know about the ray diagrams, then you can identify the answer. Here one more concept, as of course it's not the right platform for the teachers, but this is very important the teachers. If you want to explain the concept, especially for the ray diagrams, we have to give the clarity about it. I will give a small example. So why we call it as a convex lens as a convergent lens, and concave lens is the divergent lens. So there is no explanation which is given in the textbook. Even NCERT textbook also not there, in our state syllabus textbook also not there. But as a teacher we have to explain. So when you take a convex lens, for example, so it is actually this lens are made up of with prisms. When you see that prism, so here when you take the middle one of this one is nothing but it is a glass slab. When the light ray incident on it, it travels like a straight path. But everyone knows it, when you take a prism, for example, when the light ray incident on it, it refracted towards its base. That is a very important. So when the light ray incident on it here the base is downwards. See, these are the bases are downwards. So the light rays are bent to, are refracted towards its bases. So like even here in the down part, for example here so the bases are upwards, so they bend like refracted. So means all will meet at a point. So this process is called converge. That is the reason we call it as a convergent lens. Whereas when you take it as a concave lens, so when you, it is also a combination of prisms. But what difference between the convex and concave, if you see the base of the middle one is the glass slab, when the light ray incident on it travels like a straight path. With respect to this glass slab, the above one are the bases of the prisms are upwards. So the light ray, when the light ray incident on it, like it moves like it refracted like. Here the bases are downwards, so they refracted towards the base downwards.
Yeah.
Means here
the
so
convergence and divergence is explained in terms of medium, whenever it is coming from one medium to another medium. that converges, and that is described in our textbooks.
Yeah.
So it is explained that one, it is coming from rarer medium to denser medium, how it approaches.
Yes, yes.
So because it is a denser medium, it is traveling in air, that is why how it approaches and where it will go, like that. So the propagation of light in rarer to denser, denser to rarer, how it will approach, and in a that is what we call curved surfaces.
Yeah, yeah.
At the curved surfaces where they will bend.
Yes.
That only we have discussed in our textbooks.
Okay. So this is a very, very important for a preparation of for any not only for this PM Yasasvi scholarship test, you have to prepare especially the ray diagrams. This is very, very important. When the children have an idea about the ray diagrams, they can identify the different properties of the image formed, where the image formed, the position of the image and the nature of the image and the size of the image also. So you can identify all these things. So just you have to write or draw the different ray diagrams for the different lenses and mirrors, then it is easy for you to get correct answer from this kind of questions, correct. Okay. Now shift to the next one. Match the list 1 with the list 2. Again it is from the biological science question. Here some scientists names are given and their inventions are given in the list 2. The list 1, Louis Pasteur, Edward Jenner, Robert Koch and Robert Koch and Alexander Fleming, all are very familiar names, scientists names. And the list 2 given for the vaccine or the disease what they invented, anthrax, fermentation, penicillin, smallpox vaccine. So these are the two. So Manikya sir, can you give this names of these scientists and their inventions, then we can match the those things, list 1 and list 2 easily.
Yes sir, Edward Jenner is a famous scientist, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Vaccine was invented by discovered by Edward Jenner.
Okay.
So that is B2 4. First students has to match, so which is very familiar.
Yeah.
Then later we can remaining options they can match.
Yeah. Edward Jenner just
is famous for
he find the
smallpox
smallpox vaccine.
Alexander Fleming, already it is a basic thing, even in 9th standard also we have discussed.
Okay.
So penicillin, always related to penicillin.
Alexander Fleming is penicillin.
Yes sir. Then remaining 2.
Okay.
See, Robert Koch is a famous bacteriologist.
Okay.
So anthrax is a disease caused by bacteria.
Okay.
So in that way you can match.
Okay.
Robert Koch is anthrax. Anthrax is a bacterium,
Okay.
bacterial disease.
Okay.
Anthracis bacillus
Okay.
is, that is a bacterium caused, it causes anthrax.
Okay.
Louis Pasteur, the remaining is automatic fermentation.
Okay.
So in that way you can start matching.
Alright.
Then only it is very easy.
Okay.
Otherwise if you start matching from the beginning, it will be difficult.
Okay.
Just you have to adopt this method
Okay.
for easy answering.
Yeah. Finally, you have only Louis Pasteur is there. Of course, already
Fermentation.
matched.
Fermentation.
So it comes
Remain.
under the
Yes. A2.
fermentation.
Yes sir.
So Louis Pasteur is a fermentation. A is to
B4,
And
A2,
B4,
B4, C1 and
C
D3.
1.
D3.
Oh, D3. So,
So third option is correct answer. Sir.
Option 3 is a correct one. So
Yes.
here you have to prepare a table or concept mapping different scientists and their inventions. So when you write it, it's the most useful for you. And one more, it can be, you can use it as a general awareness also sometimes.
Yes.
This question not only comes in the biological science, even a question will comes in the general awareness also, because different scientists and different their inventions. So this question based on that scientist names and inventions. Okay. Okay. Now we will go for the next question. Which of the following statement is incorrect about graphite and diamond? So here 4 options are given. Of course, graphite and diamond are allotropes of carbon. So graphite is smooth and slippery. Diamond is good conductor of heat. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity. physical and chemical properties of both are same. So, if you know the properties of graph and diamond, then you can find the correct option. So, Hare Krishna sir, which is the correct one, how it is correct?
Yes sir, both graphite and diamond are crystalline allotropes of carbon. So, they are the crystalline forms of allotropes. There are different types of allotropes for carbon, and graphite and diamond, if you take the graphite and diamond, they have given 4 options here. So, generally graphite children can, they are using now, so in the pencil.
Yes, yes.
So, graphite is smooth and slippery.
Okay.
Yes, it is the correct answer. Why? Because it has very thin layers.
Yeah.
Between one and another layer, it will get slipped.
Okay.
Because of its tendency. So, it is very smooth because of its layers.
Okay.
So, A is correct.
Okay.
So, diamond is a good conductor of heat.
Hmm.
Yes, it is also correct. Diamond conducts heat, but not electricity.
Okay.
Here it has given only diamond is a good conductor of heat.
Yes, yes.
That is why it is a correct. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity.
Hmm.
Yes, it is also right. So, graphite conduct electricity. Recently, some of the another allotropic form, graphene, is using in the electric conductors.
Okay.
So, in future, graphene is coming as in place of copper.
Yeah.
Copper. It may replace in the place of copper. So, it is also one of the allotropes of carbon. So, graphite is also allotrope of carbon, and it is a very good conductor of electricity.
Okay.
So, children, do not try to place your pencil in the electric
very,
sockets.
very
It is very important. It is a very good conductor. And if you see the physical and chemical properties of both, these are the different, not same. So, diamond is very hard substance,
Yeah.
and graphite is very smooth substance. So, this is the physical difference between it. So, that is why the physical and chemical properties are different for diamond and graphite, but the 3 options 1, 2, A, B, C are correct, but D is incorrect.
Yeah.
So, if you know the properties of any substance, you can simply eliminate the remaining.
Yeah.
So, they have asked incorrect about graphite and diamond. The physical and chemical properties are both are same, they are saying. So, it is incorrect because diamond is the hardest substance,
Okay.
which has higher refractive index,
Okay.
but graphite is not having that refractive index. So, there are so many differences in their physical and chemical properties. That is why the D answer is incorrect. That is a correct answer.
Yeah.
So, you need to choose the D answer.
Okay. So, actually graphite and diamond both are allotropic forms of carbon, everyone knows it, and you know that graphite have sp2 hybridization, whereas diamond has sp3. Graphite has sp2 hybridization, where diamond has sp3. So, and it is the toughest, hardest substance in the world. Of course, in the universe we will say as diamond, and of course graphite, as you said, so it has layers, and between the layers the weak bonding structure is there. So, we can use it as a layer. So, it is smooth and slippery, whereas and of course both are good conductors, both of heat, of course, but diamond is not a good conductor of electricity, but it is given as good conductor of heat. So, option 2 is also correct, option B is correct, and as you said graphite is smooth and slippery, of course it is also correct, and graphite is a good conductor of electricity, already we discussed. So, that is already you gave it a warning to, because mostly the electricians they want to mark something on the electricity boards. So, they will write something with use of pencil.
Yes.
Unfortunately, if they keep that pencil needle inside the plug, so it is a very dangerous. Of course, it has insulation as with wood, but so it is not the correct way. So, children should not don't use because we have pen pencils also. So, that needles, so they are good conductors, as you said, as a graphene is going to be replace this copper as a conductor which is used in the wires. So, like so graphite is a good conductor, but just now we discussed is so as with the respect to hardness, graphite is less hard when you compare with the diamond, that different, and even hybridization also different, sp2 hybridization, sp3 hybridization, and so physical properties, chemical properties both are different.
Yeah, weak bonding and strong bonding.
Yeah, so they have between this diamond has a crystal structure and a strong bonding angle is there, but when you consider this one, so graphite it is not a strong bonding, like physical properties are different, chemical properties also different. So, but option D is given as physical and chemical properties of both are same, so it is not correct. So, as per the question, which statement is incorrect? So, option D is the correct answer. Okay. Now, we are going to shift to the next one. Marble cancer is caused by which one of the following?
So, this is from pollution lesson, sir.
Okay, okay.
Environmental pollution. Marble is a stone.
Yes.
So, generally there are many pollutions are there. In environmental pollution, air pollution is there, water pollution, sound pollution, soil pollution.
Okay.
So, here look at the options.
Okay.
All are from air pollutants. They could cause air pollution.
Yes, yes.
Vehicular smoke, acid rain, chlorofluorocarbons and smog.
Yes, yes.
Here cancer, I think about Taj Mahal, everybody knows that.
Yes.
Because of the Taj Mahal is constructed by marble.
Yes, pink marble.
Yes, pink marble. It is a famous structure, monument. So, surrounding its around Taj Mahal, many industries are there.
Yes.
They release sulfur and nitrogen pollutants into the air.
Okay.
Because of those pollutants, acid rains are causing, and they could cause damage to the marble.
Yeah.
When you pour the acid on the marble, you can see the scratches. It will eat, the acid could cause damage to the marble.
Okay.
So, it appears like cancer, that is why it is damaging. Cancer is nothing but it is a damage, part of it is like damaging. So, it causes damage to the marble.
Yes.
So, correct answer is acid rain.
Yeah.
Because vehicular smoke could not cause marble cancer, chlorofluorocarbons can damage ozone layer.
Yes, yes.
Smog is a combination of smoke and fog.
Yeah.
So, all the 1, 3 and 4 options are nowhere related to marble cancer.
Yeah.
So, direct answer is acid rain.
Okay. So, generally children are maybe who are totally strange about this concept, they may feel that marble like blood cancer, throat cancer, lung cancer, like marble cancer also one kind of cancer they may think in such a manner.
Yes.
But it is so if the marble is affected with some chemicals, then we call it as that process is called a marble cancer. As you said, vehicular smoke, acid rains, chlorofluorocarbon and smog. Among these 4, vehicular smoke and chlorofluorocarbons and smog both are considered to the air pollutants.
Yes.
Whereas acid rain is one of the cause route for the of course destruction of the marbles. So, marble cancer is caused by acid rains only. So, we can say acid rain is a correct option. So, this is a very important. So, most probably if you are totally unaware about this word, so definitely they feel that. So, vehicular smoke means carbon monoxide, other dangerous gases will come. Yes. Maybe it causes that one. Otherwise, chlorofluorocarbons, CCl4s also, even smog also means generally they won't think about acid rains.
Yes.
If he doesn't know what is marble cancer. So, that is the reason last time also we discussed the keywords and key concepts are very important. They have to write the keywords from each chapter and they have to write that particular notes about that keywords. Then only they can answer this kind of questions. So, if they know marble cancer is nothing but damaging of the marble quality and marble structure, that is called a marble cancer. So, it is caused by the acid rain. So, acid rain is a correct option. Okay. Now, we will shift to the next. Which one of the following 4 metals would be displaced by the other 3 metals? Which one of the following 4 metals would be displaced by other 3 metals? So, the 4 options are given. A question is logic, you have to understand. Here the pattern and the method of questioning is, pattern of question is built up with logic, that is important. So, here which one of the following 4 metals, say 4 metals are given, would be displaced by other 3 metals? Okay. The options are copper Cu, magnesium Mg, aluminum Al and zinc Zn. So, Hare Krishna sir.
Sir, only they need to choose one metal from the following 4 metals.
Yes.
Which is displaced by the 3 metals.
Yes, yes.
So, in the order of reactivity, they need to choose the low reactivity element, that is metal.
Yes, yes.
So, if it is displacing means it has low reactivity.
Okay.
That is why they need to identify the reactivity series, what is the high reactivity element metal and what is moderate reactive element and what is low reactive metal in that series.
Yeah.
Let us see one by one.
Okay.
So, in these 4, copper, magnesium, aluminum and zinc,
Okay.
the high reactive, the higher order reacting metal is magnesium.
Okay.
So, this can displace all the 3.
Okay.
So, in a reaction if 3 are there, this magnesium can displace all the 3 metals.
Okay.
That is why it is incorrect. Why? Because the metal should be displaced by other 3 metals, we need to identify.
Yes, yes.
But magnesium is displacing other 3 metals.
Okay.
So, magnesium is incorrect.
Okay.
And after that, after magnesium in the reactivity series, aluminum will come.
Okay.
So, aluminum can displace copper and zinc, but not magnesium.
Yeah.
So, it is also highly reactive metal, but in the order of reactivity, it is below the magnesium.
Yes.
Its reactive series is below the magnesium.
Okay.
That is why it can displace copper and zinc, but not magnesium.
Yeah. Okay.
Let us see another one, zinc.
Okay.
Zinc is also moderately reactive metal.
Okay.
And it can displace only one copper.
Okay.
It cannot displace magnesium and aluminum.
Okay.
Because they have high reactive series.
Yes.
So, they are higher order reactive than zinc.
Okay.
That is why zinc can eliminate only copper.
Okay.
So, these 3 can displace one metal, that is copper.
Okay. Okay.
So, in that way, so children need to understand about what is high reactivity metals and what are moderate reactive metals and what are low reactive.
Okay.
So, by knowing that series, they can identify. So, the question is very what twist. So, it has very tricky question.
Yes, yes.
So, they are asking that 4 metals would be displaced by other 3 metals. One of the 4 metals means one metal is displaced by other 3.
Yes.
So, lower reactive series metal we need to identify.
Yes, yes.
From the given 4 series.
Okay.
So, first of all we need to understand about what is reactivity series, what is in the higher order, what is in the moderates in moderate region and what metals are there in the lower reactive series. From that which can displace which metal, that if you understand about it you can identify. So, magnesium can eliminate all the 3 remaining 3 and aluminum can displace remaining 2.
Okay.
Zinc can displace only 1.
Okay.
So, that is why by all 3 metals only one can be displaced, that is copper.
Okay. So, we have to understand the reaction process and whether it is a high reactive element or moderate reactive element or low reactive element, and we have identified that order also. So, then you can identify. So, when among these, so copper is the correct answer, remaining is high reactive elements.
Sir, I will add one more.
Yeah.
So, in this series they can add gas also.
Okay.
For example, hydrogen they will give. it is a moderately reactive.
Okay.
So children need to know what is series and what are there in the moderate series and what are there in the higher order series.
Okay.
So calcium is given, it is a higher order, so it is a number 1, so it can eliminate everything.
Okay.
So what is for example gold, silver is given,
Okay.
Rm and argentinum is given,
Okay.
so they are in the lower order.
Okay.
So that's why they need to understand what is the displacement and what are the reactivity series they are lying.
Okay.
And if they understand about these 3 types of reactivity series, higher, moderate and lower reactivity series, they can simply eliminate it.
Yes, yes. So this is a very, very important. So you have to prepare the what you call the concept mapping according to the reaction. So higher order reaction, moderate reaction or lower order reaction, which elements will comes in the higher order, which elements comes in the moderator and which elements comes in the lower. Then if you make a table, then it is easy to form according to the required question. Clear? Okay. So now we are going to shift to the next question. Again here the match the following between 2 list is given. One is thyroxine, insulin, adrenaline, growth hormone, means different hormones are given, and the list 2 is given. So maybe the deficiency causes we give deficiency causes or
symptoms
are the glands which releases or the deficiency causes which disease. So like the list 2 is given, so we have to match those 2. So Manikya sir, here the list 1 is given thyroxine, insulin, adrenaline, growth hormone. When in list 2 goiter, stress, pituitary and diabetes. These are the 2 lists. So how we are going to map all these?
Okay, look at the list 1.
Oh, yeah.
So these are the hormones.
Okay.
So generally students could know that there is a difference between hormones and enzymes.
Yeah.
Enzymes are duct glands, they are secreted by duct glands, they help in digestion.
Okay.
Even though they are proteinaceous in nature,
Okay.
hormones are also same, sir, but they are ductless glands, they are secreted by ductless glands.
Okay.
So that's why they are called endocrine, they are secreted into blood.
Okay.
And the glands which secrete hormones are called endocrine glands.
Okay.
The glands which secrete enzymes are called enzyme glands, are simply glands.
Okay.
They have glands, ducts, but these hormones are secreted by ductless glands.
Okay.
So diabetes is very common. These are the symptoms. Just look at this list 2. Goiter is a symptom, stress is a symptom, diabetes is a symptom or disease. Pituitary is a gland.
Okay.
Pituitary is a gland, it is located in the brain. Generally it is called as pineal body or master gland.
Okay.
It controls the remaining glands
Okay.
of the body. That is why it is called as master gland of the body.
Okay.
So insulin it causes diabetes, sir. Deficiency of insulin causes diabetes. First you have to match like that.
Okay.
B4.
Okay.
Just look at the options, you can eliminate directly 2 options, 1 9, 3 options you can eliminate.
Okay.
So in
So
answers-
deficiency of insulin causes diabetes.
diabetes, yes,
Okay.
sir. See, only 50%.
Okay.
Now you have to choose between 2 and 4.
Yeah.
Now go to growth hormone. Growth hormone is also called as somatotrophin.
Okay.
It is secreted by pituitary gland.
Okay.
Now you can match D3.
Yeah. So when growth hormone comes into the pituitary gland,
Yes.
so we can say as D3.
This is the way. This is one way.
Okay.
Otherwise, see, thyroxine. Thyroxine is secreted by thyroid gland.
Okay.
Thyroid is located at the neck region, sir,
Okay.
at the throat.
Hmm.
So goiter is a symptom where the people have less thyroxine
Hmm.
will suffer with goiter.
Okay.
The swollen throat could be seen.
Yes. Yes.
That swollen throat is called goiter.
Okay.
So thyroxine, goiter.
Okay.
Like that you can match. The remaining automatically adrenaline.
Oh yeah.
Adrenaline could cause, when you are in under stress, the percentage of adrenaline is more.
Okay.
It is generally located, adrenal gland is located at the on the surface of the kidneys,
Okay.
both the kidneys.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, when a person is under stress, it really the concentration of adrenaline is more in blood.
Okay, okay,
That's why it is called flight and fight hormone.
okay,
Adrenaline is also called as
yeah,
flight and fight hormone.
okay.
So, in that way you can match, sir.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
So, the already sir is explained the concept about enzyme and
Hormone.
hormone. So, these two, what is the difference between enzyme and hormone? Which glands will release the different kinds of hormones, and where it is, what is the location of the hormones, of course glands, and if the deficiency of that hormone or enzyme, what will happen. So, like we explain all the things, as you know that if there is a deficiency in the insulin which causes the diabetes, and adrenaline is
Stress hormone.
stress hormone, so it is connected with the two, and growth hormone is connected with the pituitary gland, and finally thyroxine is concerned to the goiter. So, here A1, B4, C2 and D3 means option 2 is a correct answer.
Yes.
So, like here, so if you observe this question, so because already we said, so there is no straight objective type question in this examination. So,
Yes.
difference between the 9th standard and intermediate standard, what we observed from the last year paper. So, there is a common phenomena what we observed is, in 9th standard the questions are given in a very straight way.
Yes.
So, conceptual based questions, whereas for intermediate level means here just it is a application conceptual understanding. So, mostly they are asking whether the student is understand the total concept here. So, if the children knows various enzymes, correct, and various glands and other things, then only they can answer this question.
Such type of
So,
questions.
by knowing one, so insulin and causes diabetes, if he knows one, so he won't answer the total question, correct. So, if he knows all these different glands, different enzymes, all these and their properties and the location, when the deficiency, what kind of disease we are going to so all the things, if you know that children is a perfect manner, then only the children can answer this question. So, this conceptual clarity, application, conceptual understanding is very, very important. So, you have to develop such kind of conceptual understanding, then only you can score the maximum marks in the examination. Clear? Okay. Now, we are going to shift to the next. The arrangement of elements in the modern periodic table is based on their. So, modern, so as you know that mostly and Mendeleev, Daubernair, all these things are concerned to the this periodic table. So, here the 4 options are given: increasing atomic mass in the period, second option increasing atomic number in the horizontal rows, C increasing atomic number in the vertical columns, and increasing atomic mass in the group. So, lot of twist is given if you see the question. So, there are horizontal rows, vertical columns are given. Actually, in the periodic table we call it as those are groups and periods, but 2 options are given as period and groups, and 2 options are given as horizontal rows and vertical columns. See, there is a little twist. So, Hari Krishna sir, can you explain this?
Yes, sir. So, based on atomic mass, Daubernair and Mendeleev periodic tables are designed.
Yeah.
So, regarding modern periodic table, this is designed based on atomic number.
Yeah.
So, its property is based on electronic configuration.
Yes.
So, let us see the options. So, first option is increasing atomic mass in the periods.
Okay.
So, periods are the horizontal rows.
Yes.
So, increasing order atomic mass in the period, but there are some anomalous elements which has decreasing order.
Okay.
So, for some elements they do not have follow that increasing order.
Okay.
So, such elements are there. That is why that increasing atomic mass in the period is incorrect.
Yeah.
So, let us see the third one, increasing atomic number in the vertical columns.
Yeah.
Yes, it is correct, but the increasing means it should be periodical.
Yes.
It is not periodical. If one element is 1, the next element is 9.
Okay.
So, how can we say that it is a periodical? So, it is not correct. So, increasing mass, atomic mass in the group.
Okay.
Yes, group is arranged by the one, for example, in the group first element is having low atomic mass,
Yeah.
but what about second element? The period is changed.
Yes.
It is first element belongs to first period and second element belongs to second period in the same group. So, it is not periodical in the atomic number.
Yes. Yes.
Similar, then generally it will have increasing atomic mass,
Yes.
but that modern periodic table is designed based on atomic number in the horizontal rows.
Yeah.
So, if you see hydrogen, then in that period you will find helium.
Yeah.
In the next period you will find lithium. After that you will find next number beryllium, boron. So, increasing order in the horizontal rows, not in the vertical columns.
Okay.
So, it does not belongs to atomic mass, only those theories, that is Dauberiner and Mendeleev theories are belongs to atomic masses. This atomic property that mostly has taken is atomic number,
Yeah.
based on the property of electronic configuration also.
Yes. Yes.
So, what valency, based on the valency also he created groups. That is why there is an increasing order of atomic number in the horizontal rows is correct answer.
Okay.
So, children need to understand, it is a very simple answer, but that is a confusing. Increasing atomic mass in the group, it is also right, it looks right, but it is not in the periodical way.
Yeah.
So, after one number 1 element, helium will not come in the next in the same group.
Okay.
So, 1 and 2 numbers that first element is hydrogen and helium, next lithium, they will not pointed in the same group.
Yeah.
That is why 1, 2, 3, so that order is not correct. So, it is not in the periodical order. So, that is why increasing atomic mass in the group is incorrect.
Yeah.
So, in this way they need to understand what is the, but first of all they need to understand the nature of the question first.
Yes. Yes.
So, whether it is increasing and whether it is in the serial, so in the same series it is continuing. So, they designed based on their chemical physical characteristics and valency,
Yeah.
especially based on atomic number. That is why similar characteristics metals or elements are designed in one group.
Yes.
So, that is why atomic number is very very important for modern periodic table, and they are designed in the increasing order of atomic number in the horizontal rows.
Yeah.
So, this is the right answer.
Yeah. So, as per the Dauberner and Mendeleev, they prepared the periodic tables based on the atomic mass number, whereas Moseley is prepared as per the atomic number electronic configuration. So, for that reason, so electronic configuration means if you take it as the vertical columns, that is which are called as groups. So, first group hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, like when you see all these, so they have NS1 electronic configuration. When you go for beryllium, magnesium, calcium, barium, strontium, radium, all these are NS2 electronic configuration. So, means, and the last one as ith group we will take it as all are noble gases. Okay. So, helium, neon, argon, xenon, krypton, radon, all these things. So, here there means a NS2 NP6 electronic configuration, means 8th group, and we call it as a O group. Means here all are prepared, the total modern periodic table is prepared on electronic configuration. Of course, electronic configuration will be written as per atomic number. So, the total thing is done with the atomic number only. So, now maybe a coincidence may be covered. As the atomic number increases, the atomic mass number also increases. The reason is, what is atomic mass number? The sum of number of protons and number of neutrons. What is atomic number? The number of protons. So, number of protons is a part of atomic mass number. As Z increases, the value of A also increases, but what is the main criteria? Means they prepare based on
some elements that atomic mass is different. For example, in the increasing order, suddenly one element atomic mass will decrease. So, in that arrangement, so due to that characteristics of that element, so that is why increasing atomic mass in the period is also incorrect.
So, if you prepare if you follow the basic concept, that is all the periodic paper, of course, elements of periodic table, the elements are arranged as per the atomic number. That is means atomic number obviously in the groups. So, from top to bottom it is increasing, of course, in the periods from right to left to right. So, like you can identify that these things. So, answer is increasing atomic number in the horizontal rows, because if you take the first, in the first period, if you take it as hydrogen and helium. And next lithium, okay, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, like all these things. When you take it as the atomic number of all these things means here, so here hydrogen 1, helium 2, lithium 3, beryllium 4, boron 5, carbon 6, means atomic number increasing. As atomic number increasing, obviously the atomic mass number increasing. So, you can say the increasing atomic number in the horizontal rows, there is no contradiction.
Periodic property of modern periodic table itself says it is an atomic number.
Yes. So, you have to choose the means here mostly this all the 4 options like little bit of teasing. So, maybe seems to be increasing atomic mass in the period also seems to be correct. Increasing atomic number in the vertical columns obviously correct, because we feel that. So, but there is no periodical increasement for hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, hydrogen 1, lithium 3, potassium is 19. So, there is an increase in the atomic number, but this is totally based on atomic numbers, and there is a gradual increase in the atomic number in the horizontal, which is period gradual 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, means as a gradual increase in that one. So, you can say the increasing in the atomic number in the horizontal rows is the correct answer. Okay.
Number cheppandi sir. Scroll aituన్న number.
Okay. So, if you have any doubts, any queries about the concepts or about examination or about the concept, so already our panel experts are here. So, you can make a call by phone and we will clarify your doubts. So, that will help you to get a more clarity about the examination and examination pattern. Clear? So, please make a call, we will respond it. In the meantime, we are going to do the next one. Which of the following species in the atmosphere is called atmospheric detergent? Yes. A very good one. So, the 4 options are given: chlorine radical, hydroxyl radical, methyl radical and ozone radical. So, which is the it is a combination of chemistry and biological science. Of course, comes under the pollution. So, pollution may be caused by the chemical things only. So, both are in overlap. So, Manikya sir, which is a correct option?
So, atmospheric pollution.
Okay.
So, atmospheric pollution is majorly caused by air pollutants.
Okay.
So, air pollutants are carbon monoxide, nitrogen compounds, nitrogen oxides.
Okay.
So, these are the major air pollutants.
Okay.
Here look at the options: chlorine radical, hydroxyl radical, methyl radical, ozone radical.
Okay.
Among these 4, hydroxyl radical is very active.
Okay.
It can eliminate carbon monoxide and nitrogen oxides.
Okay.
So, it is a very reactant. It will react with the pollutants like carbon monoxide and nitrogen oxides. So, that is why the correct answer is, because it is removing, it is eliminating pollutants from the atmosphere.
Okay.
That is why hydroxyl radical is correct answer, sir.
Okay.
Detergent mean what?
Generally we will
Removing-
use the we will use the detergents for the
Yes.
what you call the pollutant the
Cleaning
for
purpose.
cleaning and all. So will
It is removing pollutants, air
Yeah, yeah.
pollutants like carbon compounds and nitrogen compounds. That is
Yeah.
why
generally
hydroxyl radical.
detergent is used to unwanted things here, may clay, dust,
Yes,
whatever
yes,
it
yes,
may be.
yes, yes.
In the similar sense, it is atmosphere detergent means which is not required. So from the atmosphere, so we have to remove that one. So hydroxyl radical is the correct option, to which will be used as a atmosphere detergent to remove the pollutants from the atmosphere. Okay, so hydroxyl radical is a correct option.
answer.
Okay, now we shift to the next. The filament of an electrical bulb is usually made up of a tungsten. Because of its, actually this is generally this kind of questions is a basic understanding questions. So why tungsten is used as a filament in the bulbs? So here the 4 options are given: higher resistivity and higher melting point. Second option, higher resistivity and lower melting point. Third option, lower resistivity and higher melting point. Option D, lower resistivity and lower melting point. Like true or false statement 1 is true, statement so 2 is false, like so resistivity and melting point based
A
on
lot
that.
of different confusion between fuse and this tungsten.
Yeah.
Children will get generally. So generally filament of the electric bulb is made of high resistivity and high melting point.
Okay.
So because of tungsten nature is high, it is having high resistivity and high melting point. So what is resistivity? First of all they need to understand. So resisting the electron flow into that body is called that nature of resisting the electrons.
Okay.
It will not allow the electron flow into that tungsten.
Okay.
That is why it has high resistivity value. If you see the bulb, there is a heating effect.
Yeah.
While resisting the electron flow, the heat is generated.
Yeah.
If tungsten don't have high melting point, the bulb will be failed in 1 hour.
Yeah. It will be melted and it will
Yeah,
spoil.
it will fail in 1 hour. So we need to replace another bulb.
Yes.
So that tungsten itself is having high resistivity and higher melting point, then only it will be kept as a filament. That's why it is taken as a filament in the bulb. Because of the heating effect, it should not be melted and it should have high resistance to generate the energy.
Okay.
So because of the resistivity, it is generating that light, energy is generating there. So in the form of light, we are taking in the form of light.
Yes.
So 2 things should be observed. If it is having low melting point, the bulb will go for within a minutes or within hours. So it should have high melting point and high resistivity values.
Okay.
About fuse. So what about fuse? Fuse should allow current to pass into the circuit
Okay.
and it should have low melting point.
Yeah.
So low resistivity, low melting point. That's why we are using as a copper wire is using as a fuse, or nichrome is using as a fuse.
Okay.
So it is allowing because it has very less resistivity, and if heating effect is generated, so heat is generated, then suddenly it will melt.
Yeah.
So the current flow which is having high current, it will be stopped. So that's why fuse is different, it is entirely reversed. So in filament we are using high resistivity and higher melting point tungsten we are using, and as a fuse we are using low resistive and low melting point material.
Yeah.
So they need to understand what is fuse and what is filament. Fundamental characteristics, properties they need to understand.
Yes.
That's why filament itself is selected as a tungsten itself is selected as a filament, because of its nature.
Yeah, correct. So actually this question again based on the fundamental concept about the basic concept of this filament. Of course, so as Krishna sir said, so filament of electrical bulb and fuse, these two they have to understand, because both have like converse property, like you have to, with respect to resistivity and melting point. For what you call it as filament, it needs more, means higher resistivity and higher melting point. Tungsten have higher resistivity and higher melting point, but that is the reason we will use the filament as tungsten as the filament in the bulbs. Yeah. Whereas generally in the electrical circuits, even mains and our household electrical circuits, in the fuse you will use the fuse that will be made up with the copper wires, because the copper has low resistivity and low melting point. If more current comes enter into the main, it will be melted, and so there is no power supply to the home, which protects the home appliances inside the home. So for fuse it should have low resistivity and low melting point, whereas for filament it should have high resistivity and higher melting point.
Nowadays instead of fuse we are using MCB, mini circuit breaker.
Okay.
So it will get down, and if the more current is there, then it will drop. We can on the MCB.
Yes. So as technology develops, so instead of these fuses, we are using MCBs. For each one loop we will prepare one MCB. If there is any disturbance comes, more current flows in that, generally that MCB will be dropped. Again when you push up, then the circuit will be again formed. So which protects the total loops in the electrical circuits in the household things, correct. So like when you see all the questions from the previous examination paper, actually there are so many questions we have to discuss, but due to limitations of time, so we are unable to discuss all the questions. So if you see the total questions, the mostly applicative mode questions and conceptual understanding based questions only they are giving. More match the followings are given to cover up all those things. So that's one of the reason. Like so still so many questions are there, but lack of time we are unable to discuss. I hope you understand these concepts. So mostly when you see this, especially in physical science, electricity and light plays a major role, and
we have not explained about graphical representation, sir. So if regarding electricity we are discussing, that's why I got one idea. So that graphical representation is given as VI graph is taken in the electric circuit. Generally in Ohm's law experiment we take VI graphs. So for calculating the resistance. So VI graph means they will have V on the y axis and x on the x axis we have I. So the resistivity is calculated if they ask to calculate the resistivity value. We see the question, we can have one question. So there is resistance whose VI graph is given below. So V is represented on the y axis, and on x axis we have represented current I. As per formula we have V is equal to IR and R is equal to V by I. So if you coincide those points, let us see first option 5 by 3. There is no 5 coinciding that 3 value. So there is only 3 by 5 is coinciding for V by I value. That's why B is correct answer. So first of all they need to point where that coinciding, those lines are coinciding, 3 and 5. V for V 3 and I 5, they are coinciding like that. So 3 by 5, V by I means 3 by 5, that resistance value is 3 by 5. So they need to understand and they need to analyze the graph so that they get the answer.
So, actually here r equal to v by a means here the slope of the line gives the resistance here. Here the slope is 3 by 5 1. So, next one is 6 by 10, of course is also 3 by 5, and 9 by 15
Same.
also say 3 by 5, because the slope of the line will be same.
Same.
So, clearly you can go
It's
for
a straight line passing through origin.
yes. So, generally this is in the form of y equal to mx we called, here m is a slope, and where m equal to y by x, y means y coordinate by x coordinate.
coordinate.
So, here y coordinate is 3 and x coordinate is 5, obviously 3 by 5 is the answer. Like you can calculate the required physical quantity value also by using the slope by reading graphs. So, like so many things are there. So, anyway practice all those things, it will gives the more conceptual clarity not only for this examination, in other competitive examinations. I hope you understand all these things, maintain and apply in the examination, definitely you will get the success. So, from all of us we are wishing you best of luck for the examination and write the examination very well.
Okay. All the best.
All the best.
All the best.